Hello everyone, I'm Jamie Holmes here in the boardroom at Orange County Public Schools. Last month, OCPS began a pilot program for a new weapon screening detection system at 7 high schools. Now, this month, the second of the 7 high schools began screening. The district is using this open gate system at arrival for students and throughout the day for visitors and students entering campus. It's a quick walk-through weapon detection system designed for the automatic screening of people with backpacks and bags. You could say it's a sign of the times or the evolution of school safety and security that is now becoming very common. You may recall that already this year there was another school shooting, this time in Iowa. So I sat down with Superintendent Dr. Maria Vasquez to learn what's next in school security and keeping all of our students and staff safe on campuses across the county. And that is the topic of this one-on-one. The first question I asked Dr. Vasquez is what goes through her mind when there is yet another school shooting on a campus somewhere in the nation.
Jamie, that's what keeps me up at night is having an active shooter on one of our campuses. And we have taken incredible measures to secure our campuses to ensure that our students and our employees are safe. But every time there's a shooting, I'm thinking we need to do more because I don't want us to be on the news that happened in our community.
So the district is doing more, and right now there is this new screening system that's in place. Right now, 2 high schools as part of this pilot program. There are plans to expand it even more. Tell us about this and how this process works.
In total, there will be 7 high schools that we will be piloting this new screening process. Our board has had conversations around the use of screeners for a very long time. And because of the increase in the number of weapons that you hear, not just in Florida, but across the country that are found on our campuses, the increase in the number of shootings, this was a measure that they wanted us to explore further. And our choice was to do a pilot where we would look at 7 random high schools that we would implement, phased implementation, gather feedback, and then be able to bring back to our board a recommendation as to whether we expand to all of our high schools, whether this is something that we look at for middle schools as well. And so I am excited that this is another measure that we have been able to implement in our schools, and I am very interested in what the findings are at the end of the full implementation.
So you've rolled out the pilot program. It's been around now for a couple of months. What has the feedback been from parents?
Overwhelmingly, parents have been very positive in their feedback about the new screening process. It brings them an added sense of security. It helps them feel that their children are safer, even though we have a lot of safety measures that we have already implemented in our schools. We will continue to seek out input from both our principals. We'll take feedback from the parents, and that will all be brought to the board.
This isn't just a pop-up surprise.
No.
The students, the staff, obviously the parents, everybody's going to have ample warning that these systems are coming in.
One of the things that we discussed in the planning of this implementation was clear communication. We notified the families of the 7 high schools early on, letting them know that they've been selected as a pilot and that they would get more information regarding the process once their school would begin their implementation. And we've done that. We started with Wekiva High School, and then Boone High School is now in the process of implementing it. The families received notification several weeks ago that they were part of the pilot, and now they have received information specifically about what's going on in their school with the screeners. So they do know. And the process, I believe you've gone through it, is very simple. Does not take a lot of time. Our team has been wonderful because they've worked out most of the kinks with the first school. And so, if parents have any questions about the process, they can reach out to their principal, who will be able to answer their questions, or they can point them to the individual that may be able to answer.
So that begs the question, obviously, how much does this program cost and how's it being paid for?
The board approved approximately $475,000 of non-recurring funds for the pilot program. We are implementing this in the 7 high schools. Part of the process is to determine what the true cost of this pilot is. The good news is that if the board decides to continue with the half-penny sales tax, the devices themselves, the screeners, can be paid through capital dollars. The salaries of any of employees that would be needed as part of the implementation would have to come out of general dollars, and that is a decision the board will need to make after the pilot.
So I guess the implementation of the half-penny sales tax obviously is going to be crucial, and that decision will determine the future of this program.
Correct. Our board will make a decision as to whether they want to continue the half-penny sales tax, and that decision will be coming in the next few months.
All right, Dr. Maria Vasquez, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.